let's go to our next story. You know, the immediate past governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Godwin Emefiele, may not be out of the woods yet. Justice Yelim Bogoro of the Federal High Court in Lagos has ordered the final forfeiture of $4.7 million, 830 million naira, and multiple assets linked to him. Now, the said funds were held in named banks and managed by individuals, including a certain Omoile Anita Joy and other companies. There are many companies. To the High Court judge, these assets and funds were proceeds of unlawful activities which are bound to be forfeited to the federal government of Nigeria, Mayor.
I have no sympathy for Mr. Emefiele. I think he wronged Nigerians, and it's even more annoying that while he was making us to go through all kinds of things in the name of,
when he was at the helm.
Yes, when he was at the helm, in the name of this Naira change and all that, he was also stealing our national patrimony, because the money we are talking about, $4.7 million, is a lot of money.
Oh yeah,
830 million, and then don't forget that a lot of houses were also attributed to him that was forfeited. So somebody that was dipping his hands into the national till was now grandstanding at that time, telling us that he was initiating programs that were very, very mean to Nigerians.
Were you surprised? I remember the time. Were you surprised when you saw vehicles when he attempted? Well, the vehicles came out. Bearing
when he wanted to run for president.
Run for president.
Were you surprised? that one, he was scammed. He was scammed. Scammed in the sense that he was scammed in the sense that
by smart Alex.
By smart people. Some people convinced him that he could be president when they knew that it was almost impossible. That I know. Some people convinced him that he could be president. And somebody that was serving governor of Central Bank, Central Bank,
what I call sometimes
believe that
the 37th governor.
In fact, before he stopped, he actually went to court to confirm whether he has the right to run or not.
Oh yes, oh yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
And those people
clarification. Those people who are just smart Alex convinced him that, oh, why not? You have what it takes. In fact, Nigeria need a technocrat, not politician, so you can be president. And there were resources were put together, and those vehicles, and not only vehicles, there were a lot of adverts. So that one was, they just played on.
Perchance, if he became one,
it couldn't have been. It's not possible. He was not even a member of the party. It was not. Anybody that could see will know that it was virtually impossible for him to become president or to even become the candidate of the party.
Okay.
But some people, like I said, some smart people were able to convince him. And you know, sometimes when you get used to money and power, you understand, you start seeing yourself.
You don't know when to stop.
Yes, you start seeing yourself more than who you really are. So it's easy for people to massage your ego and try to convince you that you are what you are not.
So it is true after all when they say, if you want to know a man, give him money and power.
And power, that's when you really know who the man is, yes. Because when you don't have money or power, you are not really, people cannot really judge what you can do.
The real you.
The real you. Well, because you see, money and power, what it makes, it turns you to, especially when you get used to money and power. That is why you see some people in position of authority, they will do some certain things. Some people will wonder, oh, why this sudden change? Why the guy has now become this powerful or not so caring like he used to be? Because by the time you are used to money or you are used to power, because money gives you power.
Oh, yeah.
By the time you are used to power, you start seeing yourself as if you are, if I'm not only seeing yourself, the majority of those around you will try to deceive you that you are really more than who you are.
BKO, how do you weigh in here?
Yeah, I think Emefiele has come out to say, oh, he has disowned those assets. He said it belongs to a relation. But the same way that he tried to disown those 700 and something duplexes.
Yeah.
This must be the greediest CBN governor in Nigerian history. In addition to being the worst CBN governor. Some people don't like it when we say it. Because as far as they are concerned, he has even done no wrong. The only person who has done wrong is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. In the wisdom of some people, deluded people.
Yeah.
This fellow acquired all kinds of ill-gotten wealth using proxies. And even when they raided his house, they found some documents linking that enabled the EFCC to trace
That's it. Some of those assets.
some of those assets. Now, if you say that you are not the owner and nobody comes out to claim those because they know they will go to jail, it's even what we want. Thank God. Nobody has come out because before the court will make an order of permanent forfeiture, they will have waited for anybody to come out to say, look, this thing that you are saying belongs to, that you are looking for the owner.
Yeah.
And it's not a proceed of crime.
Yeah.
I remember when the EFCC claimed that Fayose had a filling station in my area, Nakute area. The owner came out to say, no, so this filling station belongs to me. They were looking for what Fayose owned. And they now listed filling station in, even if Fayose does not know what he's doing. Do you know where that filling station is located? Is even a run-down part of my area. So Fayose will now be so out of his mind that he will now go and be acquiring filling station in a run-down part of
Town.
It's not even town. It's a run-down part of a rural
Environment.
community or environment. The man, the owner of the filling station, came out and said, you know, I use my money, this filling station belongs to me. Remove your so-called, what you have pasted on our wall here, it belongs to me. All of these things that they are discovering, nobody is showing up to say it belongs to him.
Yeah.
In any case, if you claim that more than 750 duplexes belong to you, you must prove that it was not the process of crime. That you used to
erect them.
To build it.
Yeah.
How did you?
That's huge.
It's huge.
That's massive.
I don't think Nigerians know the extent of the findings that the EFCC made. We just dismissed it because we are extremely emotional and political. It was a huge find.
Yeah.
753 duplexes. If we get a quantity surveyor or a valuer to put value to
How will be in trillions?
It's a lot of money.
More than the
linked to an individual. Linked to an individual.
More than the country's budget.
No, it can't be. Let's not do that. They will accuse us of exaggerating.
Okay.
But the thing is, I know that this will not be the last. They will still find some.
Oh, yeah.
If you enrich your family members, if you enrich your friends, you know, indirectly, at the end of the day, those things will still be found because there are people who are watching you. In any case, you cannot do all these things without some people even having record of what you are doing. Yeah. And when the time comes, they will provide evidence.
Because some people assisted you in doing those things.
Yes, you can't do it alone.
Mayor BK just talked about fine gentlemen who had been governors of Central Bank. I recall now, not because he came from my part of the country. Clement Isong was governor of the Central Bank.
Sanusi?
He was governor of the bank when we had a war and we didn't borrow money. But go to his village, the house we build, it's, you know.
Because, you see, I used to tell people, Nigeria used to be very good.
Oh, yes.
Even when we criticize our leaders, that they were corrupt, what we saw as corruption then was just nothing. A child's play, was nothing.
Compared to what we see now.
Compared to what we see now.
For instance, when, you remember the former minister of Shagari, what's his name, Umar Diko?
Yeah.
400,000 naira. People said, it decreased who you want to spend the money with.
Because at that time, do you know, at that time, Akinloye Actually, he wanted to do a party, and they went into a supermarket and just put his photograph on it. Because at that time,
people didn't say.
At that time, we still have values. People first scandalized that, oh, this guy wanted to do a party, and they had to go to a winery to go and do a special champagne for him, which you can do. You just walk into any supermarket, and they will do it for you. Because at that time, we still had values. So people feel scandalized anytime they see something that is wrong. But now, they've shocked us to...
We also had a Joseph...
Nothing shocks us anymore.
Yes, they put us to a station where when you hear things, everybody will just... Because let me tell you something.
As late Delegiwa said, we have been shocked to a state of unshockability. So
yes, because now, if you can recover over 700 duplexes from somebody, and we felt everybody just...
No, people are just living like it didn't happen.
It is normal. It is okay. 7 duplexes. Over 700.
Yes. They don't even know. And in Abuja.
In Abuja, when you look at that environment, when you look at properties in Abuja, the value of properties in Abuja, and you look at over 700, that's a huge estate.
Cost of a plot.
That's a huge estate. And they could and they attributed
and
it
the
to
place
one
was
person.
earmarked for mass housing program.
And you can get that from one person. So they
can steal the country completely. They can steal the country completely.
We discussed it here, even in the outgone week. PKO told us about civil servants in Abuja owning.
Yes. Of course. They used to own Abuja. Civil servants used to own Abuja.
A civil servant had more than 80 exotic cars. Most of them jeeps and bulletproof.
When it is not a car lot.
Yes, and they discovered that place and all of those vehicles, Jeeps, Prados, and the rest of them. Till today, that person was not jailed. So it will shock Nigerians by story of theft. It's difficult.
Okay.
It's like we have developed thick skin. You cannot shock us anymore. If a country can discover that much, 700 and something duplexes, and if we see the quality of those buildings, come on, one person, because you were CBN governor, all of this happened. I mean, it's just awful, and you cause people to suffer. Many people lost their businesses because of the shitty Naira repainting exercise that they carried on, misled the president.
Who will forget that?
Made us to suffer greatly.
How people forget? Some people have not recovered.
Personally, I cannot forgive him because, when we were discussing at that time, I shared my experience of going to the bank to collect cash, and they told me that, oh, we don't have cash now, we'll call you so that when we have cash, we'll come. And they called me and said I should come around 6 o'clock. There were so many people there. They said we should wait so that people can leave. And when they wanted to now pay cash, they said they would give me 10,000 naira. I almost cried. And I asked and I said, oh, you called me to come and wait in the bank for 10,000 naira. And they were saying, no, we don't have the card. Okay, let's just give you 20,000 naira. That's what the guy turned us to with nonsense programs that he was doing. Yes. We didn't know that he was even stealing so much money as governor of Central Bank.
And he wanted to run away from Nigeria.
No. All right, we have an intervention. Abbas Abdul Kadir is reaching us from Kaduna. From Abuja, yeah.
Abuja.
Are you there?
Yes.
Welcome.
Yes, I'm there. This is my program. I don't miss it.
All right, go on, sir.
Yes, I miss it in my state. But now I don't miss it. I tell you. For this program, God will bless you people.
Amen.
Thank
you.
I made a mistake before. I did not vote for Shuadu. But now, it's God that brings me.
Thanks.
It's God. Let me tell you, wallahi talai, it's God that bring this man. God that bring this man. Almighty Allah, people, Nigerians, should allow him to perform this duty. His reform is what Nigerians need. Nigeria, maybe Nigerians don't need it, but Nigeria needs it. We have been crying. We have been crying. This is the time we should be like this tax reform.
Yes.
If they can implement it if he can implement it, and this regional something, if he can implement it, I know that 2027, Allahu Akbar, nobody, no human being born by a woman, no human being that is a Nigerian that have seen what we are suffering.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, sir.
I tell you.
Thank you very much. Well, it's natural, you know.
Yeah,
things like this will split opinion.
It is.
But again, they say those who want to come to equity must do so with clean hands. When you see the immediate past CBN governor clutching a big Bible,
king-size Bible,
into court.
You see, God is a very merciful God, and we take
patient
God, and we take advantage of Him. When people,
he's
not fooled. When people are doing their thing, you understand? They don't remember God. They don't remember God. They enjoy themselves. They do all kinds of things. They show power. I remember one time
nobody notices when
Emefiele was not only in government but in power, and he was telling us how powerful he was. He was even saying some people were criticizing him and said, if you want to fight me, come out. Let's fight.
As if he was.
That's what I'm saying. When he was feeling cool.
Mike Tyson.
He was feeling cool with himself at that time. But when he now ran into a problem, he suddenly remembered God. And because, for example, it's hypocrisy. You can come to court without clutching a big Bible.
Oh, yeah.
You can read the Bible
that big
in your cell or something.
Even on your phone.
You understand? You can. I'm not saying you should not be religious or get
not be
closer
by
to your
size
God,
of Bible.
but not by the size of the Bible and bringing the Bible to court. What does that show? It's hypocrisy. You just God knows that. You see, that's why God knows. When we run into problem, we now suddenly remember God, and we
remember the place of God
in our lives. We now carry this big Bible and try to deceive ourselves. Carrying Bible, to me, does not change anything.
It amounts to nothing.
You have been accused of certain things. Defend yourself.
Your church is your mind. That's what Thomas Paine said. Your church is your mind.
Yes. If you're found guilty, then you pay the price for what you have done.